New York City was happening. Vernon Edwin Gowdy Jr. The reason why I made this video is because I lost my other video. But for the most part, I don't think America either take me serious or think that what took place with me is probably a game. Okay? I want to be frank and be straight. Okay? I'm an ex-convict from out of prison. I came out of prison in 1997, May. Got on welfare, got my commercial driver's license, a B class, with hazardous material. I got a job with the New York City Parks Department. With that being said, it was 2001. I was located at 123rd and Morningside in Harlem, and I was approached by 3 detectives. I was asked would I volunteer and go with them to the Bronx. I got the consent from my supervisor, who at the time name was Paul Riley. I went with these guys to the 48th precinct in the Bronx. I was showed pictures. I was asked questions. It got to the point where it seems as though that they was trying to interrogate me. All bets is off. I'm out of here. And I left. That's the 48th precinct. That was on a Friday. That Monday, I came to work, signed in, put on my trip ticket to go to 112th, and I think that's either 5th Avenue or Park Avenue. That's where the Advocates and the EEO is located. I spoke to a woman by the name of Karen Chin, and I brought to her attention what took place that weekend. With that being said, she asked me, was I arrested? I looked at her kind of crazy because how can I be arrested and I'm on parole? I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now, right? I'd be talking to you from jail. But, anyway, I went back to work, not knowing that they secretly called the 48th precinct to find out, in fact, was I arrested or what had happened. The police told them that I was arrested. I didn't know that there was an article in the newspaper until these allegations in 2011 that I came to work 18 years of service. I came to work this particular day, said good morning to the 3 people that was in the office, who was Freddie Cavalli, Mr. Hines, and Natalie, and myself. After I scanned in, said good morning, I went over to Natalie, the complainant, and decided to expose myself. All right? Meaning that I took myself, pants, zipper, pulled down, and exposed myself in the office with 4 people, including me, makes 5. Listen, New York, I know you don't know me, but this is what you need to know. With women, I don't have those issues. I do know folks that have those issues. Not I. I walk up in the area. It's like I'm a baby rapper on Park's property. Like, I'm just a regular Joe Blow. But here's the irony. I don't tolerate the bullcrap. I do my job. I look you in your face and I tell you what you need to know. Not what you need to hear, but what you need to know, which are facts. What I've supplied online, the documents, I foiled that. I submitted an Article 78 to prove that I was never arrested for murder. I also submitted a 44010, that's a motion of ineffective assistance of counsel. I've submitted that as well. And I've been fighting with the court system in Manhattan to either get it overturned or get it vacated. Listen, what happened to me, when it's all said and done, it's not going to happen to nobody else when I'm done with this. Okay? Because there's people in that agency that know exactly what took place and did this. It's because they're afraid. They're afraid of a few people. One of them is not there no more. It had power. They used a union lawyer to help me get fired. A union lawyer by the name of Stuart Lipton. A Jew dude. Doesn't matter his race, but he's a foul cat. You know, a dude doing something like that, it makes you feel racist. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to say some shit. But I'm a little too cool for that. Because the fight dealing with this situation, pro se, meaning pro se is that I'm doing it myself. Out of 3 allegations, I'm down to 1. I did it myself. See, and that's what irks me, New York. The fact that there's prominent people, individuals, employees, prominent, that know what took place, but acting like, oh, well, he was found convicted in the court of law. No, it wasn't. Yeah, that happened. But what y'all not saying is how it happened. Because it could have been stopped. This was allegations that was flipped to a criminal proceedings. I'm going to tell you what happened, New York. I'm going to give you the real. Woman made her allegations or whatever. This is a city agency. City, New York City. You take a test, DCAS, civil service. Like serious shit. You have a protocol. Okay? The protocol, code of conduct, there's rules that must be followed, must be abided by. If not, you lose your job, you get fired, those type of things, possibly go to jail. Here's where I'm puzzled. I know people go to jail all the time for things that they didn't do. But to literally be lied on. Lied on. I'm an ex-convict. See, the city used my criminal history to wrap me up into some bullshit to get rid of me. Listen, New York. When I came to the Parks Department, I was on welfare. I was on parole. I had nothing. Everything that I've earned, I did it on my own. I took the proper steps. I followed chain of command. I did the right thing. I ain't kissed no ass. Nobody looked out for me. Nobody did me no favors. I think the most was, matter of fact, I take that favor part back. I'm not going to say a favor because this was genuine. There was a man by the name of Lee Henry that gave me pretty much the tools on how to navigate through the agency personnel in order for me to work my way to get a job. Like, I kept bugging them. I get a job, New York. I take a test and I pass, New York. Like, how bad am I? Like, for real. Listen, I was found guilty in trial on a misdemeanor. I didn't take this stand, New York. I called witnesses. My lawyer shot them down. See, I didn't know he went behind my back and called the EEO, who was a witness, and told him, we don't need you. It's all good. I also asked for the two investigators, the two female investigators, Flavia Henry, Anna Zumbina. These was women that I spoke to on the phone and made it clear to me. You've been exonerated, Mr. Gowdy. But we have nothing to do with the outside court. Now, when I heard that, this is what I told Flavia Henry and Anna Zumbina. I says, okay, I understand that, but if you have evidence that proves that I'm innocent, why am I going to court? Like, talk to me, America. Does that make any sense? It's a small case of double jeopardy, but not within just the court system. I played a penalty in the Parks Department because I was suspended for 30 days. 3 weeks into my inspection, into my suspension, it was announced that there was no probable cause. The investigation, you clear, Mr. Gowdy. This is out of these women's mouths. Then I tracked down the EEO guy. He says, well, Mr. Gowdy, you need to talk to your lawyer and find out as to, with the court proceeding outside. So I get in touch with this guy, and he tells me, Stuart Lipton, I'll take care of it, Gowdy. Very soft, nervous, spoken type dude. Remember that dude? He's a short Jew dude that sweats a lot. It's because he's nervous of the lie he's about to commit on the low. On the low. You know what his job was? His job was to make sure I be treated fairly. That's his job. Instead, his job was pay $14,000 and change by any means necessary. Don't make it look obvious. But we need a conviction. You hear that, New York? You needed a conviction. You needed a conviction simply because Vernon Gowdy was violated within the agency. They don't care nothing about that girl, about that woman rather. They don't care nothing about her. Because as you know, New York, she didn't get no money. She's supposed to be sitting hard, brand new car. I mean, remember, she got me fired, terminated. She lives in Brooklyn. She just got a transfer. Something she always wanted. That's it. Now, let's ask ourselves. Normally, What lawyers do, they run to money. In her case, they ran from the money. Let's ask ourselves, why did they do that? Maybe it wasn't enough money at stake. Wrong answer. Lawyers don't deal with liars, man, because they know that it comes back to haunt them. Now they do lie and finagling, but to just bold-faced lie like she did? You gotta be crazy. That's why they dropped her. But you've been sexually assaulted. You tell EEO you had pants on a conference call. But you told the police that you had shorts on and a belt. Like, that's the weirdest sexual assault I've ever heard in my 50 years. You gotta be kidding me, New York. You can't make this up. This is not something that you just make up to be making up. Okay? There are people that don't have a problem lying. That's just what they do. I have a problem with that, New York. I lost contact with my daughter. Mom's putting the poison ivy in her ear. So I'm not really focused on that right now. I'm focused on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is to clear my name. Because if I stress that situation with my daughter, I might as well drink and drive. Real talk. And that's not happening. So God works in mysterious ways. I'm a true believer of that. And I do believe you reap what you sow. You know? God don't like ugly. Look at the day and time we living in now. All this senseless killing that's going on. Men that can't control themselves. But then you have those that can control themselves, that can control themselves. And I get the haterade treatment. I was hated in the past on the low. They need to know that, New York. I was hated by a lot of people in upper management. Not all, but quite a few. Especially a lot of the men. Because when they deal with me, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you know, it's listen, at the end of the day, I respect those that kiss ass. On the real. Because if you say that you don't respect it, it's a problem. That's just like saying that, oh, you know, gay people are this, that, and the other. No, they all people. Because people like that lie, negative energy, those are people that you have to constantly capitalize off of mentally, because these are people that's going to be around you. And you have to study them to an extent where you know how to keep them not so much away from you, but keep them up off you. Because negativity, they love live wires. You know, they like being in that company. When you work around the atmosphere where people are dishonest, problematic, troubling, You have to be constantly on. See, with me, I didn't really have no worries because I had people that was in the agency a lot longer than me, was well respected. And it seems when they either died or retired, it's like, you ain't got no weapons, Gowdy. You bare ass naked. This is how jobs functioning. This is how the people functioning. I'm not saying this is exactly what they was thinking, but just check the pattern. Why would you mess with someone that do his job, America? He's not bothering you. He's not bothering nobody. All he's concerned about is getting overtime at the end of the day. That's it. But these are the people that you want to either get targeted or mess with, or get someone to mess with them. This is what I've been dealing with throughout my career. In the beginning, it was because he's an ex-convict. He's not going to last long here. None of them do. That's the talk. That was the talk. Now, in 2011, 2012, when my situation took place, there was sex perverts. They were legitimately perverts in the agency that was in trouble from other shit that happened. And the agency slipped it right up under the rug. As soon as allegations came out about me, Vernon Edwin Gowdy Jr., put that man in jail. Listen, Union President Dilcy Ben, a Union President, Dilcy Ben. These are facts, so like, there's no secret. Okay, I know the lady. I knew this woman since I was in the PAC program. She was a blue shirt. She was a CPW. Drama. Worse than your mama at the time. Kicked out of 61st Street from the second floor. The whole nine. Not to kick dirt on her, but to keep it 1,010%. Here's my question. When I seen you on Old Broadway, when we spoke on the phone, okay? And you told me to meet you over at 125th in Old Broadway in front of McDonald's when you gave me that $100, 520s. And I cried on your shoulder, lady. And you told me out your mouth that you knew that B, let's put it out there, that bitch was lying. And my question to you was, yo, how can you represent the enemy? That's what I asked you. And your answer to that was, she's a member, but you're going to be all right, baby boy. Here's the puzzling part. This is where I'm confused. She comes on national TV. And she boasts about they didn't do nothing then, they didn't do nothing now. Remember, I told you, I spoke to this woman in August 2011, like a week before it was time for me to go back. to work. She gave me $100 because I had a cell phone bill. My money was down. Agency deaded me on everything. I was waiting for some pension money. So I was down and out. I ain't had no money. So she gave me $100. She told me she knew the girl was lying. She also made it clear to me that Karen Chin, who used to be an advocate at that time, left her crazy messages on her phone. Mixed messages. I'm so real with this New York, man. It's out there. Like normally, I don't be online. I don't even do the computer thing. None of that. But for the few years that I've been fighting this situation, I've been real quiet with it. And then I got hip to the internet. I'm noticing, there's information, there's foul information online about me. You understand? That's totally not true. But y'all seen that angle. Instead of y'all in 2001 saying, you know what, Gowdy? The police says that you was arrested. You want to straighten that out because you did tell us that you was not arrested. And then we could have addressed it then. But nah, y'all kept it secret. Y'all kept it quiet. We know that y'all did it. We know that the advocates kept that quiet. Y'all the only people that knew, other than the police. I worked for the New York City Parks Department at that time, not for NYPD. Okay? Okay? Now here's my question. You're a female. How can you be two places at one time? If you're in the hospital getting a hysterectomy, how can you know what's going on in the Parks Department with these allegations and everything that was going on? Because you made it clear to me that you just came out the hospital. Because remember when I hugged you, you told me you still was in pain. A hysterectomy. Yeah, you got your insides taken out. Okay, I get it. But instead, you get on national TV and you say they didn't do nothing, then they didn't do nothing now. That's false. You mean to tell me that you was in on the trickery too? You are the CIA. You know what I mean? You that lady that take pictures behind trees. Like, you that woman that look to take people down. That's just what you do. Why you ain't investigate that thoroughly? Did you owe Nam a favor? Huh? Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? I ain't deserve to lose my career. 18 years of service. I was doing my thing. I was doing my thing. Because you know why? Your allegations, y'all knew that wasn't strong enough to work. So y'all had to add on that, yeah, he was arrested for a murder. Y'all, you're showing the DA, the district attorney paperwork of my file in the advocate that I had a dirty urine of cocaine. Really? When? That I threatened a manager. When was all this? Like, how could there be an investigation and you know nothing about it? Like, what kind of investigation is that? Who are you investigating? It can't be me. And I don't know nothing about it. You got all this advocate. Let me tell you something, New York city officials. Check your files from time to time, periodically, every 2 years, 3 years. Check your personal file. Because information could end up in there. And I've been told that. I just never paid it no mind. Because if you're not violating, you ain't getting in no trouble, you ain't doing nothing inappropriate for you to be doing that, to be checking and going through that. You don't need to do that. Why you need to do that for? There's nothing happening. Ain't nothing popping with that at all. You understand? You go to work, you do your thing, you mind your business. Like, listen, that's the end of the day. Next day, let's rock and roll. But I realized I was pulling folks' cards. Folks that was trying to get at me. Listen, Freddie Cavalli, Superman in the daytime, Lois Lane at night. I want y'all to figure that out in New York. The Golden Boy. Yeah, okay. Superman in the daytime, Lois Lane at night. Okay? Listen, I'm not one to, you be whoever you want to be. You want to be Batman tomorrow, okay? I dress you as Batman. That's just what it is, okay? Let me give you the breakdown. You work for a city agency. You also own your own business, and it's operated at the same time as your city job, and you're a supervisor. You don't you drive your personal vehicle on Park's property. Figure that out, New York. I can't do that. Neither could you. But he could. No commissioner's done it. No manager's done it. No supervisor's done it. Nobody do it but him. That's the hookup for real. And drive your vehicle on city property? Like you got it like that. So what I did, he tried to involve me with his personal adventures that he was doing on city time. I did like one or two. But it's on city time, so you're not thinking that you're doing something that's illegal or that's inappropriate, or because you're following the protocol. Your supervisor say, Gowdy, follow Figueroa and drop the wood off. Okay, first thing come to my mind, got a van. It is unmarked, no numbers on it, brand new. It's full of bench slats, picnic table slat wood, brand new. Full to capacity. You're taking it to Queens, so first thing come to my mind, yeah, I already know. I gotta drop this off at a park in Queens. I follow Slime, and we get to not a park, but we get to a location that's a living quarters, which was right across the street from a big burial. And the house, I forgot the color, but the landmark I will never forget. There was a white house right next to it. I get out the van. I'm looking kind of foreign because I'm like, I don't see a park. We was dropping it off at Freddie Cavalli's house that Angelo Figueroa was renting in New York. Give him a round of applause, New York. Stealing from Paul's like a motherfucker. That's what he was doing. Because if you go in the backyard right now, to this day, there's a deck built out of that wood. And it only takes someone that know Parks Department wood, they would know that that's Parks Department. The backyard looks like Randall's Island / Central Park. Whew. Man, oh man, there's a thief to the core, to the 10th power. And I'm the bad dude. Stole gas for this dude one time, and I didn't even know that I was stealing gas. A deployee put me on. Gowdy, do me a favor. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Freddie? Go in the back of my truck. There's five gallon, fill it up with gas. Okay, I did it. No problem. One of the employees pulled me on the side. He said, "Hey, Gowdy." He says, "Yo, let me ask you something. How long you been here?" I've been here like a month and a week, 2 weeks or so. He says, "Freddie asked you to do him a favor with the gas. You know that's stealing, right?" I says, "No, that's the supervisor. I mean, he used that gas to put, I guess, in the generators." He told me the generators when I asked him. He says, 'cause he fills up the generators on his way home. This guy told me, if that's true, then when you come to work tomorrow or when you go home, check the generators and see if it's full. And see if it's been full of gas. That's all he told me to do. And I did that. I took a piece of branch from the tree. I went to the locations, checked it, went back, checked it. Then he wanted me to fill 5 more gas cans up a couple of more days later. I said, "Nah, I don't feel comfortable doing that." He got a little tight behind that. He was like, "It's no big deal, but nah, I don't feel, you could get somebody else to do that. You need me to do some excavation, construction within the agency, no problem. Putting gas in gas cans, putting it in your truck, nah, I don't feel comfortable doing that." I wasn't refusing, and I'm glad that I didn't, because it was stealing. That's exactly what it was. But if you let him tell it, he's the boss, and what he says goes, and you won't get in no trouble. If you just do what he say, everything he tell you to do majority of the time, it's wrong. He told me to take some JTPs, man, and have them go in confined space. New York, you need a respirator. You got to get medical treatment for that before you do that. Because you got some people that are claustrophobic, smoke cigarettes. The high vac suit, I hit him with that. Like, you need a high vac suit, good bro. That's waste. You can't go in there. You can't have nobody go in there. Are you going to go in there? He said, "Well, no, the JTP, I'm not having those people go in there, man. Because you know what's going to happen? I tell you what happens. And this happens all the time. If you in charge of a group of people, and you take them to a task, and someone gets hurt. Okay, the person got hurt. But you the overseer. You're responsible. So, if I know that there's a possibility that this can cause bodily harm, life-threatening, hazardous, you don't do that. And I'll explain why. It's the difference from saying, "No, I refuse." No, that's a write-up. That I wouldn't do. Unsafe, deadly, hazardous. How bad am I? And the mentality a lot of the time is, they JTPs, they people. I was a wet worker. Technically, they got me beat because they came in with a job. I came in getting a stipend, $68.50, $120 food stamps, or like $68.50 cash when it was given, when they was doing the welfare thing. Like, this is a totally different ball game. New York, this was wrong. This was wrong, 1,000%. Like, I was at my peak in my career. Brand new vehicle, had my own little spot. Yeah, it might have been living from paycheck to paycheck, but you know who don't? I ain't beefing about that. I'm happy, little couple dollars in my pocket, and I go to work the next day. To be terminated, and before the termination, I'm letting people know what's going on. But you know what? For me being quiet, because listening to this union lawyers, like, listen, don't talk to nobody, Gowdy. Don't talk to the news. The news people called me. I'm trying to find out to this day how they get my number. But like they said, "Where do you work, Mr. Gowdy?" Like, it constantly always go back to the agency trying to bring harm on me, and you think that they would be trying to back a fella up, stating like, well, you know what? Before we be quick to start speaking on a situation that we're not factual about, we prefer not to say nothing until we got the facts intact. But they did the reverse. It's locked up. Vicky Corp. I don't even know who this woman is. She's a spokeswoman for the Parks Department. Talk about she defended Keep Me On. Really. Vicky Corp sounds like a white woman. Again, I'm not prejudiced, but for some strange reason, I'm getting the treatment from people that's other than my color. I already got one from one that's the same color, that's trying to be low key. Like she ain't have nothing to do with it. And I know that she had her 2 cents in it. I know she had her 2 cents in it. Straighten out that hysterectomy, man. Like, come on, man. You can't make people do things that they don't want to do. Keep that in mind, okay? That's one thing. The people that really know, they know a nigga like me was never thirsty for no woman. Thirsty to be looking at some ass. Like, you crazy? That was least my worry, America. Look at me. That was least my worry. I ain't got those issues, man. I don't have those issues, man. The black DMX, the black Kojak, whatever, Vernon Gowdy, the bald head dude, Mr. Bowleg, I keep going. Like, these are the names that was, come on. Like, people like that don't get in trouble. Why you even lie on people like that? You haterade ass. Hate is thick in America. And the fact that I have a criminal record, and it shouldn't really matter. It shouldn't have nothing to do with nothing, because you know what? The time of these allegations, I was off parole. I ain't owe nobody no time. I ain't had no warrants. All my cases is 20 years old or better. You come out with some 2011, I exposed myself, bull crap. Knowing the agency cleared me. But see, this is what's got to stop. When the complainant, along with her little Shigamadig group, realize the allegations that he made on you, Freddie, it's plausible. Y'all made this woman go outside and tell a different story to get me arrested. And then the lawyer, this union lawyer, Stuart Lipton, he knew all of this, New York, and just kept it quiet. The day that I was interviewed by the advocates, it's on the second floor. Actually, it's on the same floor of the EEO, Employment Equal Opportunity. The advocates is right across the hall from it. You have to sign a red book when you come in to see the advocates. I'm signing the book. I'm with the lawyer. He's right behind me saying, Gowdy, when you go in the room, tell him your name, how long you've been in the agency, and your district. I got everything else. I looked at him sideways like, that's it? Like, you don't want me to, like, explain to them, like, what took place? And he's like, no, I got that. Okay, he went in and shut it down. We don't have nothing else to say. I'm puzzled. So when we leave, I'm like, why? He says, that's the preliminaries. You don't have to worry about that. The lawyer, I'm leaving it in his hands. In reality, he's disregarding the agency's policy by going outside. You helping the agency push this to go outside by ignoring, cooperating with the code of conduct. Like, I'm not a lawyer. And I found that out. That's not secret information. Like, if you don't know, things like that can happen. And I felt funny about this guy. When I went, I met with him, I sat down, because I ain't request for no lawyer. Like, what I need a lawyer for? I don't need no lawyer. The union furnished me with a lawyer. I explained to the advocates, this lady named Karen Chin, the day that I was getting suspended, which was July 8th. I showed her, I demonstrated, had her sit down, like the complainant was sitting at, like there was a computer. She said, after everything was all said and done, she says, you know what, Gowdy? I can see that happening, Gowdy. I said, no, that's exactly what happened. I'm looking at this union delegate, look like an Assets baby, Tom Tester dude. He's looking stupid. Never that one time spoke up. Like, yo, how do y'all make mistakes like that? This dude was right with me when he called this woman in front of me to find out about my arrest, about a murder. It was like nothing. I'm looking at him like, and I said, like, you buy that? It takes time to take it out. And like, no, it don't. That was the plan. This was part of the plan to jam me up. This is part of the jam up. That murder, it adds volume to what y'all was trying, what y'all was doing. See, the allegations are he exposed himself. That wasn't good enough. That's not good enough for me to get locked up and go through all of the. That's it. We ain't dealing with that. That happens every day, all the time. We're not dealing with that. But when you add murder, and then you show the district attorney paperwork from the advocates that has information that I had a dirty urine of cocaine, that's a sign of troubled. He's a troubled individual. That I cursed a female, I threatened a manager. I made a complaint. I'm the one that made the complaint on this woman. This manager. Her name was Krista Kamadi, a.k.a. The Cokehead. Yeah, I made a complaint about her too. You know? You want to get high, tell me to do stuff, and I know it ain't right, and then get mad. You want to write me up when you don't got cocaine in your system? Like, come on with that, man. Gotta be crazy. Like, this is where I was working. This was Riverside. Before I went to 86th Street Shops, New York. Yes. Riverside. Supervision. Sniffing coke 100 miles a minute. And you want me to be a part of that. But then you want me to do you favors and drive community service around? I drive trucks. I'm a heavy equipment operator. What is you, crazy? I'll give you $50. What? And I'm going to DOI. You crazy? And that's what I did. That's how I got to 86th Street Shops. Because they was trying to set me out of 86th Street from 79th Street, like jammed up. But they had 86th Street Shop jam me up. You see that? Because once I got to 86th Street Shops, the same manager wasn't working, claimed she seen me driving a 10 ton of asphalt in a dump truck speeding through Riverside. New York City. New York City. It's a total lie. I'm going to tell you why. I was 13 miles away. I was 13 miles away, New York. I got the paperwork. I'm going to put it online. Okay? Then when it was questioned, The woman said, no, I didn't see him. Somebody told me they seen him. Really? And you called my district and tell my supervisor to write me up. Yo, this is how they function. You know why they function that way? It's because they are cool with that person. That person is cool with them. See, when a supervisor is quote unquote cool with another supervisor, they do faulty shit. Like lie on people and shit like that. That happens all the time, every day, all day, 24 hours a day. As long as they JTPs on that job, niggas ain't gonna never be truthful, man. They gonna always lie because they sick. That's why, New York. Cats got sick tendencies. I know for a fact. I work with these folks. Perverts. That's just being nice. Savages. Thirsty. Cats got wives. They got baby mothers that they live with. Just out here jumping around on these JTPs. Listen, I had my shit. I wasn't locked down. I had a little piece here, there. Yeah, I tear their head clean off. Straight up. With the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they come at you. Like, you're a hot item. Like, it is what it is, man. Most people, men and women, when they're in a bad situation, they feel left out. And when they meet someone that they got a cool vibe with, good conversation, there's no need to lie. A woman know if she likes you. That's a gift that women has right off the top. See, men are weak to the fact. You know, we tend to be like, we make our mind believe something that ain't. That's not true. That's not right. Nah, that's not gonna work. A female, she knows. I like this dude. Yeah, I'm gonna give him some. They know. You don't gotta lie. That's why the agency is so problematic. Because of the lying that go in. You make promises to these women. You tell them stories and lead them on just to get some sex. Because that's your way. That's your fake swag moves. When really you don't have no swag. You don't have no moves other than just be yourself. Just be real with it. Straight up. Just be real with it. You get a lot more attention that way. Trust me when I tell you. And you don't have to try that hard. You just be yourself. I ain't gonna say be like me. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. It's not hard to do. You know what I mean? And keep it thorough. 1,000. I hear folks say it all the time. Thorough, man. I live by that name. Just from the moves that I make. Average person in this situation, they would have did a few things. They would have killed themselves. Because it's enough to make you want to go that route. Or kill somebody. Or hurt somebody. I thought about it. None of the above really stuck with me. Because I know how to fight. I know how to fight physically. And I know how to fight mentally. It's a tough fight. It's a strain on the brain. But I got to do it. In order to clear my name. I have to do it. No, I don't like doing this shit. But I have to do it. I don't wish bad on no one. I don't even wish bad on the young lady. Hope she don't go to jail or get locked up or none of that craziness. But you know what? I'm not the law. I know what happened to me. And I know what happened to me was not fair at all, okay? So when the truth come out, so punishment might be a lot more severe than jamming a man up that you thought on a theory and whatever. Based on that, New York, I truly believe that everybody is not bad. There's a lot more bad people now than in the past. But I'm not quick to label everyone as a bad folk. It's a shame that you have to fight so hard to prove your innocence. And it's so easy to jam a person up, man. I really don't, I can't understand. I'm not even going to try to understand that or try to figure that out, because that's a no-ending conversation. And the reason why I say that, New York, is because right now, and as we speak, there's someone innocent that's getting a shitty treatment or that's crying out. So what I'll say to those folks that get a kick out of lying, defaming, nepotism, favoritism, thinking you slick, shitting on innocent people, keep in mind that every dog has his day. And when it's your turn, I just hope you can deal with it like how I did. Because when this is all over and said, done, like, nothing like this could ever happen to anyone again. I have children, cousins, nephews, New Yorkers. I know y'all got kids. I got nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, nephews. You don't want to hear this. You want to know that you got to go through this to correct this. No, man. Agency situation, man, you deal with it in the agency. If it's a criminal situation that needs to be criminally attended to, then that'll happen. But don't go to the police because you can't get your lie off. Let me give you a little secret. There's this word called backfire. 9 out of 10 times when things backfire, it does exactly what it says. Backfires. It backfires in a way where it hits you from left field. Like a surprise. Like when this situation came at me, I was surprised. I was shocked because I laughed at first, like people looking for something to talk about. Like I'm used to hearing people just saying stuff. I'm used to that. It got serious. I went to jail. There's a newspaper article. I was starting to grow hair on my head. Like, is you serious? That's why I respect the plumbers. I respect McLaughlin, Cullum, his cousin. I respect those cats. Because it ain't really too many thorough folks in the agency. Nah, man. Cats is monkey shine dudes, man. And they Irish. Cullum, McLaughlin, they Irish. Down to earth folks, man. Mr. Hines, down to earth, man. Marty Marr, Murphy, down to earth, man. Down to earth, good. These are white people that came to court, came to trial, and testified that I didn't do nothing wrong. They didn't see me do nothing wrong, and they was there. That's real, man. These are white people that said that about me, about my black ass. They told the truth. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I was like, man, these people probably can go up here and do a 360 on me, like whoa, like this is what I was saying. It was the very opposite, man. It was this dude that I wouldn't think. Then he had the nerve to say at the end, oh, they must be believe the complainant. When you knew she was lying, my dude. Yo, this lawyer, I've met scary people in my life. He's a scary dude. Okay, New York? Scary. He's a scary, punk ass cat. For him to do what he did, he got no qualms. Like, he must be think that no one would do anything to him. No one would ever find out that he did this. Like, this is America. This is New York City. Like, people ain't stupid. Like, why would you do that thinking that it won't come back on you, bruh? Oh, I get it. If you was doing it like 9 times to people, what's one more time, right? Right? You get what I'm saying? If you've been shitting on 9 people, what makes you think you can't shit on the 10th people? Here's the problem. I'll tell you why. Because not everybody is a sucker like that, man. Wake up, New York. Everybody's not stupid. Okay? You can get fooled, you can get tricked. That happens. To be stupid? Nah, man. What you did, Lipton, was stupid. You a Harvard graduate. Not that bright. And to society, yeah, they look at you as the good guy. You're a labor lawyer. You're a labor sucker. A labor slime. Yeah, I said it. Labor slime. That's what you are. Labor slime. You got evidence to prove that a man is innocent. The man tell you he innocent. He tells you where to go, take the pictures. He tells you where to go because the supervisor was trying to hide out. He goes to Queens. He gets transferred to Queens. He loses his position at 86th Street Shop. You go, oh, he's not cooperative. I said, so what did you do? You walked away. That's what he told me. That's what he told me, New York. I know I should have gotten rid of him, but let me tell you something. I've been 18 years, never had an issue. So why would, like, you understand where I'm coming from. Like, how would your mind function like that when it's like, I don't have nothing to dwell on. Let me think about this just in case if this happened. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I know the basic rules and regs. I follow the chain of command. I know the protocol. But this shit here, knowing that you got labor lawyers in the agency. Listen, man, 983, I ain't got nothing against them. They're a piece of shit. I ain't got nothing against them. That's just what shitty people do, okay? 983, most of them most of them dudes that get those positions, they got people riding with them. They clicked up, man. They was in PEP. Anybody that was in PEP owe Nam a favor. Couldn't understand that, but, you know, he was deboing folks at the agency. Yeah, Deboing. Deboing in English, yo, that means he was bullying. I think he retired, he resigned. Last year, the year before last, he resigned. Most oriented people that I know, they work till they die. Damn near. Why did he leave? He's not an old man. No, he got a little heart thing, pacer or something like that going on. But he's not an old gentleman. I wonder why he left. Inquiring minds would like to know. Because his homeboy, Freddie Cavalli, they was like this. He was forced out the agency, New York. Yeah, they investigated him for like damn near a year. He had to go. And the only reason why I think that it took that long, because I wasn't there, is because he was using up a lot of his time. So they made it look like he was using time and not that he was suspended. You see, still in all, he in trouble, and they still trying to cover up for him. But let me tell you something, y'all. When the heat is on your ass, certain people that used to look out for you, they can't look out for you no more. Why? Nam's and Nam Yoon, Shik Yoon, and Freddie Cavalli's little wordings, because the cat is out the bag. That's the terms that they use. I got, because that's what he told me when he asked me to explain to him what took place, and I says nothing took place. But I told you then, it's the same thing that took place to this day. I don't got nothing else to say about that. Well, the chief knows about it. You know, the cat is out the bag. I'm like, the cat is what? The cat what? Well, the chief, he knows about it. And, you know, it sounds like, you know, you assaulted her. Whatever. It's my guess. The chief never really digged me. Never. I had meetings with this dude one-on-one. And you know, like, I kept it real with him. Like, listen, man. You want me to watch? You want me to be a stoolie? A stoolie. In English, a snitch. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like I explained to him. One, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Two, you must be never read my criminal record, my prison record, because you will not see that type of language in my file. I was a jerk off in prison, straight up survival, like peanut butter and jelly. A stoolie. You want me to keep track of what they are doing? Not me. I'm the wrong dude for that. I don't know how to do that well. I know how to be precise, accurate, wrongdoings, trying to get me in trouble. Like I can do that. Like make up stuff and keep track of snitching on people. I'm not doing that, man. I ain't got time for that. I got a container. I got garbage to pick up. Like for real. Like we're not gonna play that game. It's tough, New York, but it's not that bad. I'm over the hump. I'm not worried. Buying time now. Buying time. I learned you can't lie all your life. It catches up with you after a while. And there's a God. He sees everything. I ain't all godly, but I know somebody's watching me, man. I'm supposed to have been dead. I'm supposed to have been dead. It's not funny, but yeah, I should have been dead. There's somebody watching me, guardian angel, that don't want me to suffer hard like that. It's just not my time. Not like that. When you lie, stuff like that be happening. Mysteriously, you be like, oh, what did I do? What happened? But I didn't do nothing. It's like, that's karma. Like that's karma. You lose your income tax check, or you know what I mean? Your kid get hurt or something. Like, God works in mysterious ways, and He don't wish bad. He don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. But let me tell you something, New York. You just can't go around causing heartache on people and think that nothing is ever going to happen to you. God has a way of paying those who did wrong in His own way. Dot your I's, New York. Cross your T's. Check your files. Read up Code of Conduct. Read up Code of Conduct. Read up on that. Because nowadays, you got people that just trying to take people's jobs. Instead of earning their positions in the agency, they do the greasy shit to get you up out of there. Look what happened to me. I know what happened. And there's people that talks to me. They just afraid to step to the plate because they don't want that heat. I get it. I understand it. As stupid as it sounds, but you know what I'm saying? I get it, because you know what? Some people fear for their shit, for real. And I truthfully understand it, because before that, a lot of these people didn't have nothing. So they feel that if they want to help you because it's the right thing to do, but they're afraid because they don't want to lose the little bit that they have. And I get that, you know what I mean? I just want this to be, I hope this is not only a good learning experience, but a wake-up call to appreciate the little things that I overlooked just over years, just really not paying it no mind because I was in my own little zone or whatever the case may be. But if I did this all over again, I wouldn't change nothing, because I conducted myself like a true employee on the job. Scott McCroft, solid cat, man. Only dude I know did a triple bypass, and 7 weeks later he back on the job driving a loader. Like, that's impeccable, man. The man healed up so quick. You can't tell me that that's not Wolverine. That's a Wolverine. Scott McCroft. Phoebo. These are people that was thorough, the same every day. New York, until next time, stay smooth and stay safe, man.